I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just look good at I'll just do it in front of her, shouldn't
He's kept going, he's scored! Oh, Stockport pressure.
It's a 5-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we got a small house, but we got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
It's basically like pancake batter, really. Hello and welcome for the first time in 2026 to SK3 TV, the show for the thinking county fan. As long as what the thinking is, I don't know what to think. Won't someone tell me what to think? Yes, every Sunday throughout the season and beyond, we're with you for over an hour of top unfiltered county chat with me, Nick, and Hannah. Hello. It'd be nice to hear you, love. You're silent. This is good. Yeah. I'm not. You are. That's good. Well, I'm not. So that's the main thing. We should I just do the admin while you sort your? There we go. That's better.
Is that good now?
That's good now. Yeah. It's good.
Do you
That.
know what though? I've lost the magnet down my top, so
There's worse things to lose down your top of a weekend.
now I've got 2 magnets. Magnets, stickers. It's all good. Hey, look at you in your fancy retro top.
Yeah. I was gonna wear the hat as well, but I didn't want to look like you know who. So
I got the hat.
Have you got a hat as well?
Yeah, but I can't wear it anymore because I'm like deep in the superstitions.
Oh yeah.
That yesterday I wore for the first time my lovely Scamp and Dude scarf, which I had embroidered with. It's got county on it. I think most people get their names, not their football teams, but you know, live a little. And then when I was leaving, Emma's lovely dad put my coat on for me, you know, in that really nice way that gentlemen used to do, like
in the good old days.
Yeah, in the good old days. And I was so shocked and in awe that I didn't kind of notice that my scarf had got tangled in the back. And so when I woke up this morning, I did the like keys, phone, wallet,
Dignity.
scarf. But I have recovered it. But I got one of those proper, like, I don't know whether it's an ADHD thing or an autism thing, where you just cannot settle until you found what you're missing.
Oh, turns out I have ADHD then. Good. That's what that is.
May also be perimenopause. Like, it's one of those, like, take your pick at the moment.
And what's the perimenopause, Hannah?
I can't remember because I'm perimenopausal.
Oh, God. It's where you get hot flashes in Nando's, of course, famously.
You see, this is the joy of women my age. You can just tell us jokes the whole time. We don't remember the punchlines. So.
Yep, I'll tell it again. I'll tell it again until it spreads. Anyway, let's have a bit of admin before we...
Like the things that we remember, we do not forget.
No, that is true. Much like elephants, which can often be found in rooms. I find. She's always good. We're bringing it back.
The other good
no one cared last time we said this.
No one noticed it last time, so I've moved it to a more prominent place. Look what else I found when I was looking for the elephant.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. So I feel like tides are about to turn.
Do you? That's what's happening. That's happening, is it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what was the thing that we were allowed to say? Fine margins. Fine margins.
Fine margins, fine margins. Other cliches will be available over the next hour or so. But before then, we will do a bit of the admin. Will we not? Will
Yes,
we? Will we not?
yeah.
We will.
I mean, why not?
Yes, we are, of course, proudly sponsored by Blackbird Kitchen on the pans at Gorilla Manchester, on the grills at Impossible Manchester, and on the fryers at Len's Chippy, Droylsden. Hannah, I have other admin. Hannah, you do yours, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll come to what everyone's come here for.
Please like and subscribe. Ian, I am still planning to get married, but he's not. I still don't know which Vernon I'm getting married to, so that's a little bit of a fly in the ointment at the moment. So
maybe they'll share
at the moment. Oh my
maybe
God.
you'll have one Vernon for the week. You'll have weekend Vernon and weekday Vernon.
I have identified though the young man that I think was Vernon at the Christmas party. So I do think I know who proposed to me, which it's always handy to know.
I tuned out as soon as you started going on about there being different Vernons. It's a guy called first name Vernon, second name Bear, from the Bear family. Is related to Yogi Bear.
They're cousins of the Trialist family.
The cousins of the Trialist family. It's all one big inbred bear thing. It's all happening. Other admin. This Thursday, Jonathan the Geordie Hatter is live for the start of a series of Thursday night shows. Whether it's a home game or an away game, there will be Thursday night action. I'll be joining him on one of the coming weeks, which is exciting for good to have something to do on a Thursday night for a change.
Yeah,
that's good. Apart from work. So that'll be fun.
Planned any of the nights, so yeah.
And along those lines of Jonathan Geordie Hatter's away day show and soon to be also home day show on a series of Thursdays, that's not how he marketed it to me, but that's how I've read it. That's good, isn't it? Yes, and the accompanying Spotify playlist is also available on Spotify.
Spotify and Thursdays. Crikey.
Spotify Thursdays. Yes, we have our accompanying playlist.
Wowzers.
That has been listened to and lots of saves. People love saving playlists.
I mean, Thursdays, Spotify. Wow.
Those were words.
Trailblazers.
Those were both words. What else do I have that went on? Oh! I've got an anecdote. You thought New Year Nick won't have any more anecdotes. I've got a thrilling anecdote about my life. It doesn't paint me in a good light, this one. So we went away for New Year's Eve to stay with my girlfriend's friends.
Right.
The morning after,
your girlfriend didn't quite catch that. Just wanted to check. Girlfriend.
Thanks, mate. The following morning, her friend whose house it was does like some butcher's sausages in the air fryer. There's some rolls. So, help yourself and what have you. She takes a little bite of sausage and starts choking. Like the actual choking. So that's when you're meant to spring into action.
Yeah.
And like slap him. Oh, this guy didn't. No. This guy sat there Googling how to do the Heimlich manoeuvre. Well, she just went purple and had to be saved by Mrs. Nick SK3 TV. She had to basically save her life. And all I got as far as Googling how to. After it happened, I was like, look, this is as far as I got, and I'd Google how to. So I'm sure pictures of Carol Vorderman and that Fred fella would have been of a great assistance to her while she was literally dying of sausage.
Wow.
So that's my anecdote.
My important question, though, I thought this was going in the direction where you fed the vegans meat sausages.
No, because my girlfriend was the only vegan. The chokey's husband, when we arrived there, he was cooking up some lovely pork. He was basically watching the oven like it was a television and watching this pork cooking, and then he refused to take the pork in the living room in case the one vegan in the room was offended.
Oh, that's very
And she was like, no, it's fine. I have 3 bloody plates of pork.
Sophie choked on a dough ball when she was little, and it's it is terrifying.
Yeah.
And I rang 999 and got to somewhere in, I don't know, like I think it was Wales or Scotland or somewhere, nowhere near here. And this, like, I'm saying, you know, where are you? Like in Marple. Where's Marple? Like my child is literally anyway. That was because you don't hurt people.
No, that's why I don't want to be CPR trained. Because then, if you're doing CPR right, you have to break people's ribs.
Yeah.
And they'd probably sue me.
Yeah.
We live in the era of litigation now, Hannah.
Mm-hmm. That we do.
It's not for me.
Speaking
Not for me.
of potentially litigious comments.
That's what I'm here for.
A very extensive We Do Not Care club.
Right, I think now's the time, really.
Now.
I mean, it's the only reason I come here on a Sunday night.
All right. Okay. Hang on. Sunglasses. Nah. I'm going away. This time next week, I'll be at Disney World. Right. I can't. I know what. Do you know what? I put the pen somewhere safe. I've just remembered where I put it. Oh, it's all going wrong. Anyone who's a member, you can.
I'm also doing the same thing. It's quite the life. It's up there with when Blue Peter showed you how to make Tracy Island out of paper mache.
Right.
Papier-mâché, sorry.
Okay, let's do this shit. Welcome to this meeting of the Stockport County branch of the We Do Not Care Club. It's talking club, I've decided. It's like therapy, where it's for all new and existing members, and it's time for today's announcements. We do not care that we are apparently unable to sign new players that are fit to play a full game. Or in some cases, potentially, hypothetically, elephant, not fit to play any part in any game because there's 96 minutes to score goals, and it's super fun to score them when everyone has kind of emotionally accepted that it's going to be a 0-0 draw. It's just like additional fun. So, right. We do not care that Mark Stott has bought a Hungarian football club, nor do we want to go and watch them play. That said,
they lost this weekend.
I've been on Skyscanner, and Ryanair do Manchester to Budapest flights, and in July it's early 80s. So I feel that's like a little bit more temperate. Plus, everyone's really, really bored of Pinatar. So I'm just saying that might be an option.
Oh, when you said like in July it's early 80s, I didn't realise you meant the temperature. I thought it was like a theme thing. Like you won't let you off the plane if you don't dress up.
We should probably have themed away pre-season things. Yeah.
Pre-season, yes. Actual season, no.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I'd say
we do not care. Like I do. I find this quite funny. We've gone beyond transfer rumours this window, and we are into fully like with main characters, with heroes, with villains, fan fiction. Stockport County fan fiction.
Finally.
With, I mean, this. Like an audio version of the stats, and Stockport County fan fiction is basically where my lucrative side hustle interests lie.
And you could turn it into like a sexy ASMR thing.
This is how, like, and we need to talk about how I'm going to fund my hospitality for the next however many games there is. But this is the leading fun thing. This and like going on Hinge and looking for elderly men with heart conditions or something. Anyway, so fan fiction, but with very specific pantomime villains one being Owen Moxon, which has resulted in this kind of deliciously brilliant cliffhanger where we're still awaiting the outcome. But actually, while we're on Owen Moxon, booing your own players at any point is a dickhead move. Booing players as they come onto the pitch before they've even kicked a ball is utterly fucked up for any fan base.
And then walking out of the ground after going, oh, Moxon was shit. Yes, I'm not surprised.
God, I'd be like at the point now, I think, where I'd be playing extra shit just to troll people because, yeah. Right, what next? We do not care that Harrogate are the bottom of League Two, regardless of their form, league position, obvious daddy issues. We are almost certainly losing in penalties. Penalties will be involved because on Tuesday night. And my
That's
last
a long
one,
night, that.
I know. Are you going? Did we talk about this?
We did, yeah. I was there.
I feel like Dan is. Dan definitely is. Dan texted me earlier on. We do not care that the lights are on at Edgeley Park, except we do. We don't want to care, but we really do.
So there's a customer who comes in my work and he knows I'm a county fan. He might be watching this. Oh, this is going to be awkward if he does. But he'll always come in and say, have you heard anything? That's the first thing he says. Never, hello, how are you doing? Did you enjoy your nights off? No, it's, have you heard anything? And if I, it's annoying when you have heard something, and out of principle, because I got so annoyed by him coming up to me on the 3rd of January saying, heard anything, that I have made out that I just switch off for the transfer window. I was like, as far as he's concerned, the minute the clock ticks over to the 1st of January, I just stop listening to any gossip or anything. So just out of spite, I'm just like, nope, not anything, nope. If he knew what I'd heard.
Well, right. I'm of the opinion. I feel like I hear so much at the moment, but none of it is like independently validated or corroborated. So I just,
except for one. There's one that has been today. So Josh Dacres Cogley from Bolton has been retweeted by Sam Byrne, which would suggest.
yeah, or maybe it's just, you know, Sam has as much fun as Liam and anyone else does, I think.
I don't know. I think if he retweets it, it's usually. Someone's going to have to troll back, but I would say 99.9% of the time, if he's retweeted it, it's happened.
Do you know what?
I'm going to get some stats on that.
I wouldn't be surprised, in fairness. Do you remember that there was that period of time where we were sending players back and forth with Tranmere, and we hypothesised that that Charlie was going drinking in on the Wirral, and that's how these deals were getting done. At the time, Josh Dacres Cogley was at Tranmere, and he was the one that I really wanted, and then he ended.
Well, we were linked with him when we signed Noyle, first of all, and then there's been a couple of times since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not been injured, so you would suggest there's been a falling out at Bolton. So when players have a falling out at Bolton and sign for us, it goes well. So
yeah, that's true. And we haven't played them again yet.
1-1.
That's like an Easter one, isn't it? We're playing Bolton away.
Yeah, so plenty of time for him to get injured and come back from injury in that time.
Yeah.
We should get on to yesterday first and foremost, should we not?
We can do.
I think we should do. First question, the most important one. Whose goal was it?
Was.
Thank you. Good. I figured you'd agree with me.
Well,
you've got a brain in your head.
Well, no, but also I was stood like from here to here from the corner flag because hospitality. So my post-game drink had been ordered for me. I was like,
That's smooth.
Yeah, back to the 1883, and no, so I saw Jude's beautiful cross going, so I stood behind him, and it just curved beautifully. It was just special.
I had a moment of disbelief. I was like, God, this is what a good cross looks like. This is what our system was meant to be built around.
Well, that's the thing. Like yesterday, there were a lot of crosses coming in. They just weren't necessarily of the highest quality.
We usually tend to cross the ball when there's at most 2 attacking players in the box.
Yeah.
We never seems to be just a striker in the air up against one defender. It always seems to be when the box is crowded.
Yeah, and that was the biggest issue yesterday. And actually, we've seen it a fair bit for the last few. Well, it was more pronounced yesterday. They were packing the box, whereas we were managing the rest defence really, really well. So it meant that those counters and that kind of running it down the pitch that we saw Lincoln Stevenage, there was none of that because the rest defence was working really, really well. And then, oh my God, I'm such a twat. I'm about to say rest defence and gegenpress in the same sentence.
Yes,
But it was working really, really well. And so although it was frustrating that it felt like we weren't making the most of all of those crosses in, it was game management, I think, and it paid off. And so what we saw at the end was one of the things that Josh Stokes was really good at was holding position but creating space as well. And that was effectively, so, it was Josh Stokes who was a sub, it was Jid who was a sub, and, Benno was, played a role, but it comes off, I'm sure it comes off the side of Woods' foot, and Woods was celebrating it as well.
Yes, and if you're arguing that it's Benno's goal, and to try and further your argument, you're posting a still picture, you're out of the running. You cannot use a still picture. Maybe use the video that was filmed from behind the goal that shows it going off Carl Wotton.
Yeah, and it really does. So it's not. It's. I mean, at the moment, it's definitely been accredited to Benno. I don't know how.
I know we've seen
limitations. Like, can they analyse it on Monday and be like, actually?
Yeah, the dubious goals committee. They might have to, because I mean, it's interesting for most of the season with Benno not really getting going for a variety of reasons. There's been this whole thing of, well, he just needs one to go in off his arse, and it's like, well, he's had one going off someone else's foot now, so will that be like the start of it all? I mean, I'm convinced it was Wotton.
We'll take the goals however they come. And the irony yesterday was that even with 65% possession, but then my feelings on possession and ultimate scorelines, the winning goal still came out of abundance of chaos. So I'm glad that still got those vibes. Like, yeah.
I think to the definitive word on whose goal it was comes down to the fact that Kyle Wotton celebrated it, and given that his unselfishness is one of his main strengths that we talk about seemingly every week, he would not be celebrating a goal if he was not convinced that he scored it. I rest my case. So on yesterday, performance-wise, I've had a bit of a crisis after this, because I really would, in much the same way as the quite frankly sublime Better Call Saul reframed some of the events of Breaking Bad and made you look at them again. Yesterday's performance has almost made me look back at some of the games over the past month or so, where you've come out of it saying we're terrible. I think if we'd not got that last minute winner yesterday, people would be coming away from that saying, "Oh, that was terrible. That was shit." And much the same thing has happened. Some of them games in the last month, if we'd got a winner, people would be less inclined to go on about how shit we apparently are.
I'm inclined to disagree, only because I think this was in one of Charlie's interviews, but I'd said it first to BBC last week. There are games where you think that you should have got something out of them and you don't. And there are games when you do and you don't deserve to. And yesterday felt like we were on top. The issue again, though, was the last 20 minutes. That's when all their chances came in. So we didn't have a late game collapse in the same way that we've had before, but it was certainly when they became more threatening. And I do think that overall we just looked more in control and the game management was better. That's not to say things were perfect. Obviously, goal chances and goal shots on, I think it was 5 against 3. It was kind of neither here nor there. We had really limited chances, but it was controlled. We had good territorial dominance. I think there was stuff given away. So like people have been raving about Teo. And he was good. He was very, very busy, but he wasn't perfect. He lost a lot. But he did, like Ryan Crowstar used to do this. You'd watch him and I'd be like, oh, he's had a brilliant game. Well, no, he just looked really, really busy because he was scrabbling after things that he'd but there seemed to be, in the first half, there seemed to be like a patch of grass in the final third towards the railway end where bad things happened. It was like the portal to the upside down or something. And like if you stepped on it, then
God, you wouldn't have been making that reference 4 weeks ago.
I know. I'm on season 5 now.
Oh my God!
I know, but it was like that. It was almost like you've pressed the button on the pitch, and so you automatically lose possession. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Woods also stood on it when there was that cross that came in, and it looked like he had all the space, he had time, and still fumbled it.
It was a weird one, that, because he clearly wasn't expecting the defender to let it go through him, and then he's kind of caught on his toes, and while he's waiting, it seemed to take an eternity for the ball to even start to drop for him. And there's 2 defenders sliding in, so he's had to get it away when he... Yeah, it was just a horrible one. It just looked minging from the very start. I would not want to be anyone involved in that move, because it was just horrible for everybody. Oh, it was minging. And then other than that, chances-wise, there was the double save from Ben in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But, the thing, from a Huddersfield point of view, the thing that I took away from it the most was that they cannot have done their homework, because if they had, surely they'd have come out and actually had a go, knowing that we're very beatable at Edgeley Park. But instead they seem to go down the time wasting roll. They had to get spoken to about time wasting about 20 minutes in, which might be a new record.
They weren't as bad as some teams that we've played, I don't think. But at the same time, I was expecting a lot more from them. I was expecting them to be a lot more competitive. Yeah. I think they've had one of their loanees was from Chelsea, wasn't he? And he was recalled. I don't know. I feel like
sold to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, there was other movement that they had last week, so I'll kind of give them a bit of grace for that. But their fans, manager have all said that they didn't deserve to get anything out of it. And I think for once we deserve credit for hanging on and eventually taking a chance.
You mentioned their fans saying they didn't deserve anything. I've seen a lot of that, but we've also seen the return of 2 fantastic staples of online League One discourse. We've had teams like Stockport. Teams like Stockport has made an appearance again, and also this thing of us being the most physical team with the opposition fans have seen. It's constant. It's like, that's the biggest team I've seen. They win everything. Well, we haven't been, so thank you.
No, it's nice, isn't it? The teams like Stockport always makes me laugh, especially from Huddersfield, because I think we got it last season as well. My first ever game was against Huddersfield, so for me, we're like same.
Yeah. So I always thought that once we got back to... Now we're back in League One, I was like, right, that's where we were when I started. But my first game was against Bournemouth. So, which means
Oh,
now
wow.
we've got to get to the Premier League and play them
Yeah.
again to properly bookend it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'll tell you what was
So it's nice having
interesting
that come on.
yesterday about like them not doing their homework, and maybe this was kind of part of it, that we are trying to change things up. You know, my lovely passing radar maps. So one thing I've noticed since Norwood's return on Boxing Day, was it? I feel like he's not as, and it can't be attributed to the injury. I don't know what it is. He is not as, he's still incredibly good, but he's not as clinical as he was, and there are more mistakes being made. I mean, it's not a criticism, it's more an observation, I think. But if you look at the passing network maps, we are playing down that left-hand side and using Pi into Adun, and Osborne much more. So Norwood, so if they've prepared for a very kind of, he's still integral to the transitions, but if they've prepared for a very kind of Norwood heavy, everything going through him, then that's not what they got to the same degree. And it changed a little bit in the second half because of the various substitutions, but not massively. Brad Hills plays more of a role, taking it kind of on the right and coming in. But yeah, it's interesting that he's not, you know, we've looked at it before. You get these big red circles. I tell you, he had a really big, thick red circle, Jidakeki.
Yeah, ridiculously so.
And Brad Hills in the second half as well, actually. So yeah, I think for me, there was a marked improvement and we did look better, but I did expect more from Huddersfield.
We did seem to be mixing it up a lot more as well, as we always have done when we've been at our best under Challoner. I think I don't think you can say we primarily go long. We don't primarily keep it short. We will mix it up. We will bypass the press if we need to, and that felt like it had actually come back. Yesterday. Really perfect timing, really, for that to come start of January, just as you starting to get your signings in. It's just great timing.
Yeah,
I think it would have been very doom and gloom with a defeat yesterday.
Yeah, but they felt like defensively, they felt really in control. You didn't get that panic in the same way when you saw someone legging it. I mean, in that last 20 minutes, we had I think it was in the last 20 minutes anyway, my favourite part of any game for a very, very long time. And I had an excellent view of this, but it kind of feeds into your time wasting and just general kind of shenanigans. So Huddersfield player, somebody Wallace, I don't know what, we'll call him Lazarus Wallace.
Yes, that's the best name, yeah.
He suffered some kind of awful injury.
He died, Hannah. He died.
Sniper on top of the main stand. Like, terrible things. And it was a demigorgon. That's what it was. Like, the hand came up, wrapped the tentacles around. And anyway, and he's lying there, and there's a lad on the front row of the main stand who's like telling him to get up because, you know, fake injury and all this. And then he picks up his water bottle and flicks it. So there was no, like, you know, there's been lots of talk of him like pouring water in his face, all of that.
You know what word I saw used from someone who overheard the stewards talking about it?
Right.
I laughed my cock off when I saw that this word had been used in relation to this incident. That word is missile. Oh God, I've never laughed so hard in my whole life because under the rules of the ground, then it is an ejection. It is. I know. I know it sounds very narc. It is, but at the same time, it's so funny. Imagine like getting a banning order for that. It's like, oh, what did you get banned for? I squirted a bit of water at a third-tier footballer.
But it was the way the Wallace jumped up, like cured by the magic water. It's not, you don't need magic spray, you just need the magic water. That's the thing. The fourth official asked the steward to go and eject him, and that happens. He stops because the lad sat next to him presumably was his son or someone that he was responsible for. He's like, right, you need to come as well. All right, off you go. And then there was this.
There we go.
Yes. So the immediate story. Oh, and bearing in mind, while all this is happening, lovely Owen Watson is pissing himself. All the players are sat just to the right of me. They're loving this. I think it's probably their favourite moment of the season as well.
Yeah.
And they're walking out completely unrelated. So we've had this before, and I sat on the front row of the main stand, like the kind of second block back with backroom staff before. Some teams have more backroom staff than there are.
Ourselves included.
Yeah, so they have to sit. There are some seats that they use immediately to the left of the away dugout, and they've been all over like before. It doesn't normally cause issues. But in the context of this happening at the same time, another county fan in that area slipped and banged into a man who appears to be their kit man. And he has then lost his shit, presumably because he thought he was being attacked with a missile. I don't know.
To go along with that, the lad who slipped is apparently notorious in that area for constantly getting into arguments. And then the one time he doesn't get into an argument and he nearly gets assaulted. Fucking fantastic. What a club.
Yeah. So that was fun. Although I did see some Huddersfield fans saying that it was the only amount of passion shown by anyone associated with the club yesterday, like Brooksy, the cake man. So
Dave Schofield in the comments has also noticed something that I wanted to bring up. The polite ripple of applause from the middle block of the main stand as the Holy Waterman exits the ground. It was because one of my pet hates is when a footballer gets sent off and then gets a standing ovation from the home fans, particularly if it's a stupid red. And then they'll get a standing ovation from the fans around the tunnel. It pisses me right off. But this was like the inverse of it. I was all for it. It was just like little, and it was the type of applause that only the main stand can provide. That almost like a cricket pavilion on a village green on a Sunday. Polite.
The first story was that it had all kicked off at the side of the dugout because one of the players sat on the away bench had flicked water at the lad being taken out, which if I was him I would have just found really, really funny.
I'd have found that hilarious. I'd be like, yep, hoist by my own petard.
Yeah. So if anyone knows this gentleman, we'd love to have him on the show.
We love an exclusive interview. Yeah.
But I'm sitting on the front row of the main stand on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, yeah.
Let's make it a thing.
What was it? Was it that I said at the Floodlit Cup game that really annoyed you? That I kept saying. What was it
saying that the referee was high quality?
No, because I'd never say that. We all know about my agenda. They need telling. Did you not see what David Coote got up to, Hannah? That's what they'd all be doing, given half a chance.
Do you get alerts on your screen? There is breaking news, Nick. Breaking news!
Is it going to be good breaking news?
It's unrelated to... Well, it's para-related to Stockport County.
Go on, because there's nothing on the Twitter. Go on.
Lee Grant has been sacked.
Oh, has he been sacked?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice for him, isn't it? Oh, they'll be like. Well, so he should be. To be fair, I mean, turning up against a team that struggled to win at home. Oh, it's not been confirmed yet.
Oh, really? Well, my source is mind you, he's been very saucy today, but not adequately sharing sources or information. Okay, well, we'll wait and see what happens there. What was I going to say then? I mean, they were undefeated in I don't know how many.
He won Manager of the Month very recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
that's Northern football for you.
maybe not sacked, maybe departed for Harrogate, and we'll see him again on Tuesday night.
Yeah, maybe just executed as like some
Adopted by the Weavers, and
yeah. They've given him their surname by default, and as long as it goes through before Tuesday, he'll be able to take charge of him. It'll be fine. Brief break from on the pitch to go off the pitch for a second. The first sign of the window relatively early. When Sam Burns said last week, he's like, "Oh, he should be done for the visit of Huddersfield." Like, no, that's too early. That's too efficient. No. I want it saved for like the last hours. I want to be on Flight Radar. Downloaded it again.
I won
Ready?
that. I think it was Chesterfield that did it. They put the team
Yep.
sheet out for the game, and then were like,
Like the
"Oh,
good old
forget
days.
to mention it."
I remember it was after Paul Scholes had retired, and I'd been out with my mates on a Friday night. Woke up Saturday and they were playing United were playing City in the FA Cup. I was like, I'll put this will soothe my hangover. A bit of Jeopardy free for me, football action. Put it on, and Paul Scholes was on the bench for Man United. And this was like a year after he retired. I was so confused. And it's like if my club were doing that every week, I think it'd send me over the edge.
Yeah,
but I would like it.
We'd love it.
It's great, isn't it? But then Chesterfield they kind of undid it by doing the whole, "Oh, did we forget to mention something?" It's like up there with those people who go, "Well, you've won the internet for today." It's like, shut up! Stop being annoying. God, some stuff really came out there.
Yeah, you feeling better?
Yeah, fine now. So yes, we saw our first signing of the window, and you would presume first of several. Josh Stokes. It's going to be bloody lovely to have that old county phenomenon of signing a player who's been great against us and not seeing any of that. If I predict that now, then anything else is a bonus.
I mean, some stats from yesterday. I'm saying this entirely tongue-in-cheek, but 0 shots, 0 passes, 0.04 XG chain, 4 pressures, 1 tackle, and 1 interception. But at the same time, and I also love that he made more defensive contributions than he did attacking, which is like the most statistically Stockport County winger ever. But in reality, it was exactly what we needed in terms of discipline, in holding position. He stretched the back line. I talked before about that kind of space that he opened up before the goal, and that late cross. And I think one of his kind of quiet contributions will be making other players look better rather than amplifying his stats.
They're going to have someone in that position who wants the ball, who wants to make stuff happen, and that's something. It's something we've not had for a long time because he'll probably be playing a similar role to where Will Collar was playing last season, and that's certainly not his game. Yeah, very, very, very exciting. The worry is that he's coming back off a long-term injury, but I think whoever we sign is going to either be coming and back off one, or is already going to have one when we sign him. Knowing us.
Charlie said that they were being very careful with him. He'd not played that much first half of the season because of an injury, and so they were. He said it a few times. We're being very careful.
Yeah, good.
This is the thing. Like we do this. We have a type, and that type is players either coming back from injury who haven't been playing, or players who haven't been strong enough for selection in higher placed teams who haven't been playing. And so, I remember it was like Louis Barry last season never really got up to full fitness. Like he was getting to kind of 70, 80 minutes, absolutely blowing out of his arse and then kind of hobbling off with cramp every week. And it is what it is. and you manage that when you've got the squad depth. That's great. You know, like, I mean, Charlie talked about Norwood when he came back. Like, we thought that he had 60 minutes in him and we managed to get 75 out, but we probably would have preferred to keep it, or whatever it was. So, you know, it's a gamble, but at the same time, if you've got that depth on the bench, then that's what you can maximize that, can't you?
And to go along with our first incoming of the window, there's two not so surprising outgoings, I don't think. Do you know, there's a tweet on our account from about September time that is me saying, I really, really, really like Corey O'Keefe. Because there was if anyone asks me about it, if anyone brings it up, I'll just be like, yeah, I was being sarcastic. What are you on about?
No.
Yeah.
Right. Statistically, he was so much better than he was given credit for. And when we first got this Stats Bomb account, or no, that sounds grand, when we got access to someone else's Stats Bomb account, it became clear that there is a lot that we don't see. Owen Moxon is another victim of this. Like, there is a lot of work done, but you see the mistakes, you see the, like, you know, yeah, there's a whole heap of stuff that they're doing off the ball. And Corey O'Keefe was a very creative player at times. He just made some absolute, I don't know what you'd call them, really visible errors, let's say.
Yeah, well, that seemed to be it for me. Like, at the start of the season, we seemed to be built around getting forward down the right, and he was like the main outlet, and he looked decent, like getting in behind the defence and everything. But then, as soon as he made a couple of mistakes, I think there was a penalty that he gave away that was stupid. There was a couple of goals where, like you said, it was really obvious mistakes. It wasn't like you were having to rewind and look at the chain that led to the goal. You know immediately it was him. And then after that, he just seemed to lose that confidence. I don't know if it was instruction or if it was just like a psychological thing or what, but he just stopped. He just lost everything that made him look like he could be dangerous for us, and that just went. And once that's gone, you're not going to be getting that. Nathan Lowe is a weirder one because he was scoring, but then you look at the games in which he scored, and you think, well, that kind of distorts the figure. He just never really fit our system.
He was, yeah, that's the biggest issue for him. He wasn't scoring because he was playing out of position, and he wasn't
horribly out of position.
Yeah, he wasn't being fed the ball, and he knew that. And what I am really, really enjoying, both with Lowe and Barry, is this whole, like, you know, someone will repost saying, lads, we could have him at Bradford or Huddersfield normally. Like, what are we thinking? Well, he's fucking injured. So, I mean, you can have him if you want. Props wouldn't recommend it. But you do you, babes.
Nathan Lowe did very much stink of, well, everyone wants him. Like, 23 other teams want him, plus others in League Two. Like, let's go.
It's funny though now, isn't it? Because, like, obviously, you know, Liam and I have a very unprofessional professional rivalry. But, you know, beginning of the season, you'd be like, oh, if a club can choose between County and Bradford, like, it's no brainer. Like, I feel like I've lost that superiority over the last few months. And although it's not it's not that, is it? It's the, you know, a lot of the players that come in talk about the resources, about the facilities at Carrington, about the kind of the bigger picture, and we are seen as a kind of trusted pair of hands for these players. So, you know, it's not just that, but it made me laugh but it does always make me laugh if, like, a Bradford fans after Louis Barry, like, it's like we're the ex that he never really got over, I think.
It's like that polar bear in Arlington, Texas meme. It's like when David Brent's on about Richard Blackwood. He's like, what are you doing here? No, I mean, Louis Barry should be primary colours only. He should be in red or he should be in blue.
Why red?
Not Salford, wasn't it?
And Swindon.
And Swindon. I always forget he was at Swindon. I think he does as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Are we going to discuss the elephant in the room while we're on the window?
Oh, do you know? Fuck it, let's.
Yeah.
Go on, you lead.
Okay, well, I heard...
In.
So people suggesting that there's a Tanto Alafe-shaped elephant in the room. Which is, of all the elephants, if I got home from work in the morning and found out there was an elephant in my room, that's the elephant I would... that's the elephant that I feel would be best suited to repairing my current circumstances.
Flapping his ears.
Flapping his ears.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That would be... I'd do stupid things if that happened.
I think he came on against Chelsea yesterday, didn't he? Which is a good sign because it suggests that he's kind of maintaining his fitness and all of that. We need that striker that can carry the ball into the box with speed, and he has that. And I think, it would be lovely. There was someone this morning on one of the Facebook groups was trying to repurpose Tanto's on fire for Kekin's on fire, which is a bit of a mouthful anyway. But I was like, this is a little bit premature.
I mean, mouthfuls, putting it kindly. I'd say it was one of those tragic things to ever happen to this fan base. But After the Reading game last week, I was on Yellowboard and people were talking about a transfer window. People were listing like what our deficiencies are, like what needs sorting, like the mistakes we made in the summer with recruitment, the mistakes we kind of need to undo now over the next month or so. And I said at the time, I was like, this is gonna take like the best window anyone has ever had in the history of football to fix all this. And now, a week on, I'm like, just give me Tanto. Just give me Tanto Alafi. I'll be fine. That's all I want. Can he play wing back? Fuck it.
I'm going to write some Tanto fan fiction tonight. I think if we manifest it into happening, this is...
I'm all about manifesting. We can do that, yeah.
Like Ian says, I just want to see his smile again. The last time I saw Tanto was when he was in floods of tears after
that wasn't nice. We need to sort that. We'll sort that. But and there's also the potential for some great banter from Liam Richardson as well. Because he can do the whole, number 20's coming back, and everyone will think it's Louis Barry, and then it's not, it's Tanto. All this time, I was like, we've been saving number 20, the number 20 shirt, have we kept it free for Louis Barry? No, this is what it was for.
And if Tanto doesn't get, because the other elephant in the room, hypothetical, but very heavily rumoured, is that we may not have seen the last of Louis Barry. So what happens if Tanto signs on whatever day you're coming home from work? He's not given the number 20 shirt. See,
that opens up, Hannah. That opens up a whole new avenue of pleasure that I didn't know. That must have been like, that must be like when the first woman got given a dildo. Like the very first, proper ones, not just the old like knob on a stick that they had in like the old days. But like, it must be like the first time. Like, wow, this is amazing.
Because I mean, if let's say in an entirely hypothetical situation, fan fiction aside, he is injured. Like, well, unless and oh my god, when we were out before the Donny game, when I had far too much to drink. That's my, we talked about my slow and steady relapse. That was my grenade evening. And it, there were some extenuating circumstances which meant that it went from low level shots to I don't even know what, texting people that really shouldn't. And that night we had this whole scenario, and Liam, if you're listening, you can have this, where Louis Barry is, welcome back onto the pitch as, a returning hero, like we do at halftime. Everyone's obviously waving the Cheadle end. He's still got his knee brace on off of his Instagram post in December. And then he starts like walking towards the Cheadle end. Like one crutch goes, the other crutch goes. He starts running. The knee brace like falls apart like Forrest Gump. And the Cheadle end's shouting like, "Run, Louis, run!" And like, "Your new number 20," like beats it into the goal at the Cheadle end.
Oh, imagine he missed like Diana Ross.
Oh my God, can you imagine? It would be sensational.
I always think, when like Real Madrid or Barca sign like a big global superstar, they have like 100,000 fans at the stadium, like in the stands, and they'll have to do like kick-ups on the pitch. It's like, oh no.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. But apparently Gary Lineker said when he signed for Barcelona, he absolutely shat. Well, not the first time Gary Lineker shit himself on the pitch, but he absolutely shat himself at the thought of having, because he's like, I can't do kick-ups. I can't do it. People are like, you're a professional footballer. He's like, I can't do kick-ups. I just can't do it.
Ian says it was his line about Forrest Gump. I'm sorry, Ian. I was so drunk. Even that was before the game as well. That was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a memorable, but also I've completely forgotten everything about it now.
On the signing announcements, how about if it was like flash up the number 20, and then like all the lights on in the stadium, camera pans round, it's Louis Barry stood there, and then everyone's like, you hear the crowd cheering and stuff, and then Tanto comes into shot, elbows him out of the way and goes, "There's only room for one number 20, bro." And everyone rejoices. Everyone goes, "Oh, great idea that, wasn't it? Here's the Oscar."
Do you know what?
Because we're setting up a category for football club signing announcements.
We could do the reverse of the traitors. You know that collage that's in at the back of the pop side? So Brad Hill is already back. Next to Brad Hill is Tanto. I'm fairly sure that Louis on there as well. Like, we just need Sars back, and it's like an unread crossing.
Right, we'll do that. Yeah. Anything. I just want all the players to leave so you can carry on doing your traitors thing. Give me the stickers.
I'm really enjoyed that, actually.
Let's sell everybody.
Yeah, we've only got 2 so far. Yeah, stickers. The sticker situation. Oh, I've got shitloads of stickers on eBay if anyone actually wants them at like retail price.
Oh yeah, I need to send you some pennies for another box, which I will get off you on Tuesday.
Oh yeah. I best reduce the number I've got on eBay then.
Please do, because it's been a whole thing with my last box, I tell you. Right, before we go, we also have the small matter of Rotherham, a week of Yorkshire, basically.
Yeah, so I have looked at both Rotherham and Cardiff. Like, I'm treating them, when we had that Donny win and then the loss, and I was like, it's basically a 3-3 draw.
Yeah.
Remember that, because that's what we're going to need for the whole Cardiff Rotherham situation. Because to all intents and purposes, we are, I'm just talking whilst I'm trying to find it. So basically, we sit in the middle of Cardiff and Rotherham from a performance base. So I looked at like the defensive metrics. I looked at the kind of XG shots and goals stuff, and also the ball progression. And then like whacked that into ChatGPT, and it basically gave me win likelihood and then kind of tactics. So Cardiff, unsurprisingly, given their league performance, although, their league position is tenuous, as it is for everyone in the kind of top 10-ish, Cardiff have got the best underlying numbers, but they are not like massively ahead of us. slight goal difference, slight XG difference, scoring on average of just under 2 goals a game, whereas ours is like 1.36. By comparison, Rotherham is 0.92. So Rotherham are like second from bottom, I think, or somewhere very low down there. So Cardiff are like on chance quality. If you look at it that way, promotion level, Rotherham are clearly way below the standard. Cardiff's passes into the box is really, really high in comparison. So 3.92 versus our 1.4. Rotherham's is actually higher than ours as well. Deep completions is high, nearly like double what ours is basically. So they are very good at dominating territory and possession, whereas we are more direct, and then Rotherham are just struggling to move the ball around the pitch, essentially. But what that means is that against Cardiff, we probably won't be able to control the ball, but against Rotherham, we should. What I'm saying is, like, basically, by the stats, we're going to lose to Cardiff, we're going to beat to Rotherham, which almost certainly means that the absolute opposite will happen. I mean, I am away for both of them, which would suggest that like stranger things have happened when I'm away than us winning both games.
Well, I'm now going to put a bet on us to lose Saturday and then win at Cardiff. Done.
Yeah, you get decent odds, to be honest. Ian's asking if I've got corporate for Saturday. I have not, because I will be on a flight to Orlando, so I'm fine. I'm honestly fine on Saturday. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
When I'm not in the country, we do tend to win anyway. So I'm also like, if we can't crowdfund hospitality till the end of the season, I'm also happy with like crowdfunding a holiday until the end of the season.
Right, either.
Either's fine. I can work from anywhere, so it won't be a problem, like, for my employment.
Good. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, next week Hannah has sorted out a surprise guest for me
not surprised
again.
though, is it? Because I put it on the wrong bloody group chat.
Oh yeah, I do know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, God, imagine we get to talk about Louis Barry and Tonto Alafi signing.
Although he might get sacked because he's shit at his sources.
That's true. I'll just fucking sack everyone. Sod it. I want to see the world burn. Right, we will be back next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe in the meantime. Well, I'll be back next week. Hannah will be on a flight, but she might even...
hang on. No, next week, next Sunday, I'll be at... What time is it? 9. So that's like 4. I'll be at Disney World. I might dial in from Disney World. You can have one of my horrible audio contributions.
We'll get Goofy on.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing? And I could like have the castle and and
we could be like the first county-related podcast to have like a member of the Disney team on.
No, that's been done.
No, we can beat Rotherham, and I can go from one Mickey Mouse outfit to another. Hey, it'll be hilarious. It'll be so worth it. It'll be so worth crowdfunding your holidays. Right, we'll be back next week. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. And let's get ready for another year of whatever this is, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Drink it in, baby. Right, let's go, Hannah. Say goodbye to all the nice people.
Bye. See you tomorrow. No, Tuesday.
Bye, see you Tuesday. Tuesday night. Bye.